You're not living up to your full potential? The Life Coach is your guide to unlocking your true self. Join us each week as we explore topics like overcoming self-doubt, building healthy habits, finding your passion, developing meaningful relationships, achieving your goals. The Life Coach features insightful teachings with Segun Olugbemi, practical tips, and inspiring stories to help you live a more fulfilling life. Tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. on all our social platforms to discover your inner strength and create the life you truly desire. The Life Coach, your journey to a better you starts now.
You're on time odyssey. What do I mean by time odyssey? We're told to be careful and to be careful to live. The scripture admonishes us to live not like fools, but as wise people, to make the most of every opportunity, to maximize the moment, because the days are unfriendly, they're evil. And don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what God wants you to do. And that is the principle that I want to espouse right here. That time management skills, it says, encapsulated in what I just quoted. Knowing what to do is the difference between precision and assumption. The best way to make the most of every opportunity is to first determine what to do. Indecisiveness and assumptions are the greatest time wasters. You cannot live your life indecisively. If you live your life indecisive and based on assumption, then you will just live guesswork. You live in guesswork. You'll be vamping through life and hopping and jumping through one thing or the other, and you never know exactly what you are meant to be. And if you don't do, then you become jack of all trades and master of none. So the best way to make the most of every opportunity is to determine what to do. Deal with assumption, and then get into precision. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I say it again, and let me take it again. Knowing what to do is the difference between precision and assumption. Knowing what to do is the difference between precision and assumption. Okay? So, in time odyssey of life, or in the odyssey of life, if you are going nowhere, all roads lead you there. If you are going nowhere, anywhere you go will lead you there, because you're really going nowhere. If you don't know what to do, every activity becomes attractive. If you don't know where you are going, someone will lead you to where you don't want to. So that's what life is all about. So as you go through life, as you go through things of life, then how do you make it count? As you go through your time in life and journey through life, it may be 30, it may be 50. How do you make it count? As you look into biblical history or our time in history, even people like Alexander the Great didn't live that long, but his name is still among us. A lot of people do not live necessarily as long as you want to think about. David, the one-time king of Israel, very revered, actually just lived in his 70s, 74. He was counted as a very old man. I got uncles and aunts that are well over 80 right now, 86, 87. They're just there. They are there. They're still living. But this guy at 76 months, he was out of here. But he was the only man in his own class between the Old Testament and the New Testament. He was of the last of the prophets. Introduced the Christ. Look at Jesus, 33 and a half years. Look at how many books have been written about him. I'm writing a couple. I've written some. Look at how many books. I'm trying to write one book right now on the leadership secret of Jesus. I already have a whole course around that. And just see how he led. See how he branded his ministry. See how he recruited his staff, his workers. See how he sold his products. See how he did things. 33 and a half years, and the world has yet to recover. Nobody ever spoken about, nobody ever persecuted, nobody ever maligned, nobody ever praised, nobody ever gathered worshippers, nobody ever engaged staffers like him. I would never be doing what I'm doing today without Christ. And look at how many pastors come, how many churches and priests all over the world. So making your life count is essential. So one of the ways to, in the Odyssey of life, one of the ways to sow the seed of your time is by utilizing it meaningfully, so there's no waste whatsoever. All men have been dealt fairly by the Creator with regards to time. As a matter of fact, the difference between the poor and the rich is the use of time. God has given, we all have the same number of minutes, the same number of hours, the same number of days, the same number of weeks, and the same number of months, and a year. We all have the same 365 or 366 days in leap year. The difference is what we do with this time. So the best way to waste your life is by wasting your time. That's why we call it time odyssey. This journey called life is controlled by time. And the best way you can waste your life, or anyone can waste your life, is by wasting your time. So instead of spending time peddling rumors and fake news, why not invest into worldwide ventures? Remember the following. Number one, time wasted cannot be regained. Time is wasted when it is spent and not invested. We spend time when we engage in activities and relationships that do not contribute meaningfully to our purpose. Just sit down, newspaper readers association. Just sit down peddling rumors, argue about politics, argue about this and talk about that. That man is not there, that one is the best. I tell you this. I'm just telling stories that do not edify, that don't take you anywhere, doesn't add money, doesn't have value to you, doesn't put money in your pocket, doesn't change anyone's life. You're just whiling away time. Come on now. You need to, if you are going for recreation, then let it be meaningful. Let it add value to you. Don't sit and just laugh, just jesting and joking your time away. Just sit down whiling away time. Even if you are going for recreation, then know you are going for recreation. You want to work out, you want to set it out, you want to build your body. But by all means, don't sit back and run life the way you are running it now. Some of you need to change the way you do things. Any activity that does not contribute to your life meaningfully, then take it out. The best way to waste a life is by wasting time. And the best way to invest a life is by sowing the seed of time to worthy ventures that add values. All right? That's the best way to invest your life. Spend it in things that add value to you, things that contribute to human development, things that can create memories for you, for others, that can change individuals. Okay? Only time invested yields increase by reducing the length of time you spend in future struggles. Most of us don't know that time is meant to be invested. Like money. If you invest money into stocks or in whatever it is, in another year, in another 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, you could see them rising. I knew I bought some stocks that were particular figures, maybe 15 naira per unit per stock, and then bought 2,000 or 3,000. And then I go to check and I found 18. And in less than 6 months, 1 year, I found it has become 20-something. And if I'm going to leave it for another couple of years, it could be 100 or 200. So I've increased my life because I invested it. That's how time is. If you spend time to study now, you say you pay now, you play later. If you spend your time investing in studying, acquiring knowledge, and understanding things, and meaningfully engaging your time, you spend your future with less struggles. If you spend your youthful days in frivolities, just drug abuse, and just wasting, you're going to find out that in your 50s, you're going to have to work your butt off when you could have started to build momentum. So when you get up there, you placate. You're at a point where you plateau, that you are able to benefit from what you have labored for in your youthful days. All right? The best way to invest your time is by redeeming it, by buying the future now, by studying, understudying, and meaningfully engaging in time management. Don't just let time slip out of your fingers. It doesn't make sense to let time just fly out of you and all that. You know, the best way to waste a life is a minute, is a second in a minute. If you put in a minute, you waste a second. By the time it's 60 seconds an hour, you have wasted a whole minute. Just count it like that, and see how many years you're going to waste in 24 hours. And then by the time you have 50 years, you know how many years you have wasted. So take away the eating time, the playing time, take away the work time. What more time do you have? So as life is structured, if you don't engage in meaningful activities, then you are going to waste it. I hear people ask me every time, how do you catch fun? What's your recreation? What do you enjoy? I say I love being around nature, just listening to some teachings, just read some books, or just studying nature. They say you are still working. I said my work is my play. My play is my work. Anywhere I am, I just catch fun doing what I'm doing. A lot of people wonder, you preach, you write books. It's just for me. It's fun. I enjoy every bit of it. Whether I'm preaching, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm doing anything, I enjoy it because it has become a life to me. It's my life. For instance, you can't, cut short your journey to success. You can cut short your journey to success and breakthrough by studying people's material who had gone through this process, and who had gone through this, and and they have attained heights of your dream. You have a dream, and there are people who have been through that dream. What do? Study that. You can cut short your journey to success by studying how they did it, learning how to do it faster than they did. I said to people when they say, want to come around, they want you to mentor, I say, go get my books. Listen to my teachings. If you read my books and listen to my teaching, you see the sum total of my life, my struggle, and the things I've been through, and you cut short of journey, so you don't repeat the mistakes that I made. Where I failed, you will succeed. And where I succeeded, you will excel. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 4, or whatever number. The difference between the wise and the foolish, the rich and the poor, successful people and the failures is the use of time. The poor has too much time for trivialities. The rich has very little time for frivolities. His time is well managed to accommodate essentials, including recreation and vacation. Okay? That's how he plans out his time. I know a wise philosopher, King Solomon, he said something. He said a little sleep and a little slumber, a little folding of arms. He said your want, your needs, the troubles, the lack, your poverty is going to come like an armed robber. When poverty comes, it will build story building on your head. Because you cannot have too much time. Somebody asked me one time, he was trying to, I said, please, he said, are you available? I feel chatty. I said, no, I'm not chatty. If you have anything to say to me, do a voice note. I will listen to it. I do a voice note back to you. I don't have time. I said, I'm busy. Oh, you're always working. I said, that's my life. I said, I'm catching fun. He said, what kind of fun? I said, I'm writing. He said, writing is work. I said, that is how I catch fun. Don't waste my time. That does not, if I want to, I design my time to accommodate my time of activities, or recreation, or vacation, or whatever it is, essentials. recreation, accommodate those things, but no time for frivolities. Just feel chatty, just want to gossip. Did you hear what so and so said? Did you hear so and so said? I'm not interested. I've had so much, I have so much ahead of me that I don't know how to accomplish them. I don't know how I'm going to get all that. And then it is what someone else is doing that's my problem. Come on now. Redeem the time. Time not used is wasted and can never be regained. If you waste it in sleep, you'll never regain. If you waste it frivolously, somebody said, I was to see someone, and then we sat down, and then he said, oh, wait for me. And then 1 hour, 2 seconds, wait for me. I said, okay. Since I had my book, I was writing there, I was working on my system, and I dropped a message. I said, I'm sorry, I will not be available next time you want this meeting. You got to look for me. Why? Because you're wasting my time. I don't have more than 24 hours. But we all have 24 hours. When? The way you want to use yours is not how I want to use mine. I want to be accountable for every 24 hours. I want to account for every 24 hours of my life. I want to know what I've accomplished. And usually I wake up in the morning and I say, what have I done today? What have I accomplished now? It's always a question I'm willing to ask myself every day. No time to waste. When I travel out, I'm in places and in hotel, the first thing they do, they put on TV. They say, I said, sorry, please shut it down. I'm out of my home. I don't even work the TV at all. I didn't come here to work TV. I got TV in my library. I got TV in my studio. I got TV in the parlor. I got TVs all over the place. I'm not interested. I have limited time for TV time. So when I want to worship or recreation and all that, or catch up with what happens around the world, I don't. Look, those guys on television have been paid to waste your life. Next thing is, part of redeeming time is knowing what battles to fight and what relationships to engage in, what to hang on to and when to quit. Ecclesiastes 3:1-9 tells us this. It gives us an idea of what to do with time. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to sow, a time to reap, a time to gather, a time to scatter, a time to build, a time to pull down, a time to laugh, a time to weep, a time to mourn, a time to celebrate. All of this, you need to know your time. Allocate your time for whatever. You redeem it, knowing what battle to fight. You know what? Young people, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Because in the generation I see behind us, we're having issues. I see on social media, they're fighting about every little thing. They're quarreling about this, quarreling about that. And they say, oh, it is this one, it is this man of God, it is this pastor, it's this, and it's all just catching cruise, like they say now. They're just catching cruise. I told a young man, I said, the Yahoo guys, those who built Yahoo, Google, YouTube, and all these guys, when they became especially Google, when they became billionaires, these guys were in their 20s. I think only one of them was in his 30s. I said the Facebook, from where you say you were catching cruise, the guy who built it was in his 20s. When Mark introduced us to this idea of connecting us with our world, with our people. He's a multi-billionaire, and today, he not only has the change to metaverse, right? And from Meta, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have WhatsApp, you have Thread. He's acquired a couple of these, started new ones, acquired WhatsApp, acquired this, and all that. So I'm saying today, you are 29, you are 30, and you're catching cruise. That's all that your life is about. Come on now. You tell me that you are smarter than that. Show me you are smarter. Your future is determined by the way you spend your time now. How are you going to get there? Well, let's just see how it goes. It's life, it's one life, and, you go drink. And there's something that I need to add to this. The best way to engage in something is knowing what battles to fight. There are some people needless fighting them. Just walk away. You need to know the time to fly, time for flight, and time to fight. Jesus said when you go to a city, If people will not even listen to what you have to say, shake off the dust off your feet. Don't make a scene about it. Walk away. Why is he saying walk away? Because it's needless fighting. If I made up my mind what to believe and I don't want to listen to you, there's no use fighting and trying to force your idea on me. It's not going to change anything. Go to someone who might be interested and who listens. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take it easy. Run your life well. Know when to quit. Even in relationship, know when relationships are not profitable. You know, as a counselor, I have been through cases where people will just come, they talk here, they talk there, they talk there, and they will do everything in their power to engage me. And I will say, but I gave you this counsel the other time, you haven't done it. I advise you, and say, oh, well, you know, sorry, sir, I tried, it didn't work out well. I just think of it. I said, you don't have to waste my time. I'm not interested in you wasting my time. I see that I can't help you, so I walk away from that. You have to get to a point where, like Abraham, know when to separate from Lot. You've been going about with the same relations, you've been going about with the same people, and you try to help them, you try to put them on, and they are not responding. Walk away with your integrity. Walk away with your dignity intact. Your future is determined by the way you spend your time now. If I where you are now, tell me how you spent your time before you arrived there. There's time for everything. Redeem the time. Don't waste your time. Do engage in frivolities. If it does not lead you to purpose, walk away from it. If it is just to catch fun, just to catch cruise, life is more than catching cruise. It's about purpose. You are here to make a difference. You are here to make a difference. So I want to speak into your spirit today. I'm speaking over your life, and I want you to say that about yourself, that I am not a wasted generation. I came here with a purpose, and that purpose will be fulfilled. I came here to affect my generation, and I will. I will leave my footprint on the sand of times. History will not forget me. I will not fail. I will not fall. I will not falter. I will not bow. I will not bend, and I will not burn. I'm going to walk through life, going through all the processes, whatever it is that I need to go through, I will succeed. I will accomplish purpose. I will fulfill the reason God sent me here. I will fill the vacuums that I've been sent to accomplish. I refuse to give up. I refuse to give up. Where others have failed, I will succeed. Where they succeeded, I will excel. Where they excel, I will come to significance. I will walk into victory in everything I do. I will not waste my time. I will not waste my life. Today, I'm taking a decisive step against time wasters and life wasters. I will not let this happen anymore. It's over. Any time waster, any time devourer, I put an end to it. I'm a new person. I change my thoughts. I change my life. I change my conduct. And I put focus. I live intentionally. I choose to live intentionally. And my focus is the purpose for which I'm here. I will not be forgotten. I will make my mark. God bless you, and thank you for joining us. I'm so excited that we have been able to share this. I want you to continue to repeat this affirmation, and please share with your friends, your neighbors, and your family. Try to support us. Do whatever you can to support us. If you have questions at all, any area we can help you, please call us through the contact you see on after this on your screen, and then send us email. Let us get your feedback and your comments. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll be your coach, Segun Olugbemi.
Remember, your journey of self-discovery is a continuous one. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your successes, and never stop believing in your ability to grow. Thank you for listening to The Life Coach. Until next week, Friday, by 8 p.m., live a life filled with purpose.